to make
Or
those connections.
what about like fake? Like, how do I determine if some shoes are fake or not?
That's a really good
Because
question.
I don't know,
yeah.
Josh. Jordan looks a little chubby here. He look a
Yeah.
little chubby.
You know what? He's dunking with the wrong hand.
Yeah,
you know?
wait a minute. He's only got one leg on the back.
He's not even wearing Jordans. Look at that. He's not
Oh,
even-
my God.
Oh, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tim's Roast Podcast, the number one trending podcast in the world. Check the stats. It's a fact. Yes, sir.
Or don't.
Or don't. Don't do it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for subscribing, for liking. Get down in that comment section. It's out of control. I can never control it.
The servers were out of control last week.
Yes. Talking about our servers, you guys, our merch is out. You guys go and check it out. It's on our website.
Yeah.
You can go to timbromusic.com, scroll down, and you will find all of the merch there. We have a couple of different designs. I'm obviously wearing one right here. Dino, go ahead and show off. Be our model for the day. Look at that. Yes.
He's getting too close
He
to
said,
my comfort.
draw me like one of your French girls. So that's that. Whoa. That's obviously one of our designs, and I'm wearing the other design. So make sure to go on to our website and go check out the merch. And yeah, thank you guys so much for once again subscribing, liking, and tuning in wherever you guys are watching us or listening to us right now. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We have an exciting episode, as I always say every episode. Today we have the one, the only, my brother. And also the owner of Forma Kicks here with us. You guys help me welcome Josh Anzaldua, my brother.
A.K.A. Big Papa Pump.
A.K.A. Big Papa Pump. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Scott Steiner.
Yes, sir.
The man.
So what's up, man? How's it going?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you for coming on. Honestly, it was crazy because the last time you were here, we always have like our pre-meeting, right? Before we get going, we talk like, okay, this is what we're going to talk about. You know, nothing's planned, but this is kind of the general idea. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to talk about shoes, man. And then we never did.
Never.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10 seconds and that was
I
it.
think it was like, I was like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
like, we'll
honestly,
do
it was
man.
Boog's fault. So shout out to
that
Boog.
guy.
It's your fault, bro. But no, honestly, so I was like, no, you got to come back. You have to talk a little bit more about the shoe culture, what's happening right now. You are the main plug. So for everybody that obviously you guys know, it's my older brother. Grew up together, and he has always been into fashion and shoes from what I remember way back in the 90s. You've always been into
You're aging me.
Yeah, aging. Hey, I mean,
Want me to cut that out for you?
Edit that out.
Okay. I remember you always being into all the fashion trends and all that good stuff, but one of the main ones was Jordan shoes.
So I'm assuming he got all the girls.
No,
You're exposing me.
Married, cut that out too?
Man. No, man. Yeah. So, no. So why don't we just dive into it? As far as shoe culture goes, it's kind of crazy right now, right? I feel like Jordans have always been in, right? Every kid has wanted Jordans, and obviously you guys are wearing some right now, but I feel like it kind of came back full-fledged even more, right? Like, I'm not saying that it died off, but it kind of felt like, you know, it's always been at the top and plateau, but now I feel like it's especially kind of over the
top. It is really over the top. If you really look at it, the way we used to buy shoes and the way you buy shoes now, you know, used to be where you had guys waiting outside, camping outside a Foot Locker or a Finish Line or whatever, right? To be like, oh man, I need to get that shoe. And then it got crazy where people were getting violent and, you know, beating each other up. And there was even people murdered over shoes, you know.
Yeah.
It still kind of happens today at certain places. But it came back around, and now everything's just online through apps and the technology that you see. So it's a different culture now. It's the same culture but different, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's changed because people go online to cop shoes versus going to the stores. You can still go to the stores, but even the stores now, all the major, you know, foot sites, they're all doing it that way. You go on their app, you reserve a pair, and you go pick them up. it gets away from the guys, waiting for you in the parking lot to rob you. I mean, it's crazy. That's how crazy guys are about shoes. Like me, man, I ain't never gonna die over a pair of shoes. Like, you want them, man, you can have them.
Well, like growing up, so for most of you people that might not know, but I was born in New Orleans. And
that's why he's slightly different.
That's why I'm slightly built different. No, honestly, so being, I didn't spend much time in New Orleans. Obviously, you were in your middle school?
Yeah, I was like middle school, like 4th, 5th, 6th grade.
Yeah, something like that. And I just remember when we were a little bit older, you used to tell me stories, and my dad would tell us stories that like Dad would buy you Jordans and be like, you cannot wear them outside. Jeez. Like you can wear them.
Jack, dude. They'd shoot you, take your shoes off, and leave you there for dead.
I never had that problem with my Shaqs from Payless. And there was no line either.
You know what? There was a story about Shaq, and I know it's kind of a spin-off to what you're saying. It's a tangent.
Oh, my God.
No line, bro. They getting shot, nothing.
But we'll talk about the Shaqs here in a minute.
The Shaqs were upside down. They weren't even the right Shaqs.
Right. But we'll talk about the Shaqs here in a minute. It's kind of funny that there's a story behind that. But back to Tim's point, like the starter jackets. I remember that was one big one. Like I loved starter jackets, man. And my grandma had bought me one. And my grandparents lived here in Texas, and we lived in New Orleans for that little short period of time. And my grandma bought me the starter jacket. It was a Georgetown Hoyas one with the big bulldog on the back. And I remember my dad's like, "You're not wearing that to school." And I'm so depressed, so disappointed. He's like, "Son, your life matters more than that coat." And I'm like, "Dang!" And I never wore it to school. And then my dad bought me my first Reebok pumps. For some of you guys, they came back. Yeah, they came back in full circle.
Yeah.
D Brown won the dunk contest, and that's where it blew up.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, "You're not wearing those to school either." I'm like, "Golly, what can I wear to school?" I'm wearing like these off-brand,
Josh
shoes.
is going in Jesus sandals and like a tunic.
Once again, I never had that problem with my light-up Skechers, bro. Light-up Skechers, there was no problem with
that. I was always on time.
Hey, when those dropped, bro, come on, you don't handle.
Oh, those were killer.
Those were
dude.
like,
I could never get into Heelys only because I couldn't actually do the actual Heely. So I borrowed somebody's pairs of. I was like, "Oh, I want some." They're like, "Yeah, put them on," and I put them on, and I couldn't skate, dude. Like I looked literally like I was.
I never saw anyone do it like the commercial. Like I never saw anyone like.
I did, dude.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah. There was a few.
I had some friends that dude. They were like. I swear they were better at doing the Heely stuff than skateboarding.
Yeah. Crazy.
And me, I was trying to do it, and I'm like. And I'm like holding on to the lockers, like, oh my God. I'm like, never mind. I don't want these. I hate these shoes. These are so stupid. Why
they
do you
don't
guys
work.
wear?
They're dumb.
Yeah. I'm like these dumb shoes, man.
Who came up with this crap?
I know, right? God, and it made me so mad.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you a word from our sponsors. FormaKicks is the presenting sponsor for today's special episode. FormaKicks is your site for anything sneakers, culture, and community. The site for buy, sell, and trade. If you are looking for exclusive apparel, shoes, and collectibles, FormaKicks is the website for you. With brands like Jordan, Yeezy, Supreme, and Antisocial Social Club being so difficult to cop at times, FormaKicks is your solution to finding great products at a great price. Mention Tim's Bros podcast for 20% discount on new items. Be on the lookout for a September giveaway. A link to FormaKicks Instagram is in our bio, so make sure to follow them to stay tuned. And now back to our program.
Kind of going back, the culture's changed now. It's like I said, it's all online, dude. Yeah. Like, and it's so hard to cop shoes. It's hard. Yeah. It's mega hard. Like, I even take L's all the time. So you sneakerheads out there, you know what I'm talking about.
Explain that.
All right, so taking an L means like you really want the shoe. You go online, you reserve it, or you go to the sneakers app, or you go to any app, right, to say, "Man, I want the shoe at retail." Now you can get any shoe, like either on StockX or GOAT or what's the other one? You just
Flight Club.
Yeah, Flight Club, right? Well, Flight Club and GOAT are pretty much one and the same. They own each other, but it's like. Yeah, like for instance, a Jordan 1 high is going to cost you $170, right? But if it's a popular shoe, you're gonna, to get that shoe from GOAT, it might cost you $300, $400, $500, and you're like, well, geez, I don't want to pay that. I want to pay retail. Retail's $170, right? So everybody's on these sites, man, trying to get these shoes and trying to get them at retail, either for two purposes. There's actually 3 purposes. Either to put on their toes, what you're saying, right? Putting the heat on the feet, or you sell them, make that money, or you trade them. So guys are using them for trade bait now. So it's like, man, I love that shoe, and I really want this shoe, but man, I really don't want to fork out $400. Hey, I'll trade you that, Travis Scott for, this University one or whatever. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. So there's different ways to do it.
Gotcha.
You want the retail shoe because no one really wants to ever pay resale, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's weird because it's so hot right now. The collab shoes are the hottest things. And what I mean by a collab shoe is like Travis Scott, right? We all know who Travis Scott is. He comes out with a new shoe.
The country singer, right?
Yeah, the country singer. Yeah. Turn out the lights apart. Nah, that guy. Yeah.
It's lit.
It's
Hey,
lit.
well, speaking of, what can I get for these, bro?
Maybe 10-piece chicken nugget.
Those Shaq shoes again.
Shaq shoes. Yeah, I'll get the Shaq shoes.
Hey, Payless, what can I get for these?
I know, huh? But it's funny because you'll see colorways, and colorways is, and I don't know if you can get a shot at some of the colorways is the different color blockings, right, that you have for shoes. So colorways is like, you get the bread colorway with this low over here. That's a collab shoe right there. That one just came out today, and I already have it in hand. That just kind of goes to show you
the pinkish.
Yeah. This one
right
right here. Hold on.
Yeah. So that one just came out today.
This one just came out today.
But
I'm
you've
all
already
tangled up.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I already got it because that's just how I do things.
Wow.
This is a
that
woman's
was
shoe.
Slick.
It's called the Shimmer. And when you get into this stuff, it's like the name of the shoe, like what class it is. This is Air Jordan 4, right? And it's the Shimmer. And it's
Never been good with the numbers.
Yeah, neither have I.
You get into it, dude. It's like walking. It just happens.
Yeah.
How much are those going for right now?
Right now, I got this. Thank God for retail for $190. Right now, these are flipping for about $300 to $320.
No.
So would this knock off $20 off of that?
That would knock off. No, you would have to pay me to take that.
You have to pay me to take those.
But
Bro,
this
they're all
is
creased up.
So yeah, bro, that's pretty bad. Nah, I'm just kidding. But this is my wife's shoe, and she got lucky. Sneakers, the app is ran by Nike,
Right.
and they send her an exclusive access, meaning she gets this alert on her phone, and it says, "Hey, you can buy them," and she did, and she got lucky. So, I don't have a backdoor thing. Like, there's a big thing about calling backdooring shoes, which means you have a connection with like Foot Locker, Finish Line, and you go up to the young guy working there, right? You say, "Yo, dude, like these are coming in. I'll give you $20 over MSRP to you if you reserve these for me and backdoor them for me." How many are you gonna get? Oh, he's like, I'll get 10 pairs. So okay, that's $200, right?
Yeah.
But when I buy them at $190, I'm gonna flip them for $320.
Dang,
do the math.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For 10 pairs, I'm walking away with $1,000, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 maybe. Just depends. The exclusive shoes, the harder the ones that get, like the collab shoes,
Yeah.
those will shoot up. Like the Travis Scott 1 lows came out, right?
Right.
They're $190. And they're flipping for like $1,400.
I think we're in the wrong business, Tim.
I know. You know what? Yeah. Stop hitting me up to do music.
Yeah. You want to flip shoe, but it's so hard to get, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Some people hate resellers. Some people like them. Some people hate them because it's like, man, they're getting all these shoes and they're making all this money and they're sitting on their couch not doing anything. The way I look at it is, everybody has an opportunity to do the same.
Right.
It's just, do you want to put the work into it to make
Or
those connections?
what about like fake? Like, how do I determine if some shoes are fake or not?
That's a really good
Because I don't know,
question, yeah.
Josh. Jordan looks a little chubby here. He look
Yeah.
a little
You
chubby.
know what? He's dunking with the wrong hand.
Yeah,
You know
wait a
what?
minute. He's only got one leg on the back.
He's not even wearing Jordans. Look at that. He's not even-
Oh, man.
But how do you
So-
determine? Yeah, like,
I'm glad you asked.
or not even determine. I'm sorry. My
it's
question is like,
stupid.
I think for people wanting to buy from resellers, like, how do I
Yeah.
trust you? How do
Good
I
question.
know? Like,
There's apps out there now that you take pictures of the shoe and it'll authenticate the
okay.
shoe for
What?
you. Yeah.
That's
There's and I can't think of the name of the app, but it's an app that basically you take a picture of the tongue of the shoe, inside, outside, the bottom, and then it'll authenticate it for you.
Yeah.
If you don't have that app, you can always take it to a reputable place. I don't want that Payless.
Payless. Can you tell me if this is a real Jordan or not?
But the thing is like me, I've been around it so long, the shoe even has a smell to it. There's a different scent to the glue.
Nice.
You know, that you're like, wait a minute, am I smelling shoes?
Yeah, I can't smell right now. My allergies are so bad. I'm all congested, as you guys can tell.
Smell right now.
I swear to God, every time you do that voice, bro, I'm going to strike you. That's it. Like next time you make fun of me on my podcast, I'm striking you, all right?
but there's something to it, like, and you're right. You know, you want to know if I'm buying from a reseller. How do I know these are real?
Yeah.
You know, here's what I'll tell you. If that reseller can't come up with a receipt to that shoe, then don't buy it. If that person, you can't locally meet them up, don't buy that shoe. There's a lot of scammers on IG, bro.
Can I see receipts to all these real quick, bro?
Absolutely. I have them all, man. I mean, I have them all because, number one, you know, some of them are an
Have you had anyone have to, like, question you and ask for receipts, anything like that?
Never. No? I always present receipts because, like, the hottest selling shoe, I mean, don't get me wrong, Jordans are hot. Or Yeezys, man. Yeezys sell like that.
Yeah.
Like
kids are wanting them, man. Like,
I literally won't. I can't even. A pair will hit my doorstep, and I'm literally flipping them, like right out the door, putting them in the mail, or meeting up with somebody to buy them from me. They're like, dude, how did you get these shoes? Here's the thing: is there's a lot of ways you can get shoes. It's just being on the internet all day long, or being on apps on your phone all day long. It's work sometimes, or just what they call botting. And I know you're like, well, what is that?
I've heard you say that before. Yeah.
Botting is when you have a way of putting out. How do I put it? It's like a server, right? You stand up and you put this program on your machine, and you can run. Some 7, some 30, some 100, like, accounts. So think of it like that, right? So I have 100 chances to pick up a shoe over your one account that you have for Nike or Finish Line or for whatever, right? So a lot of guys hate that because it's like, well, you're cheating essentially. But if this is your bread and butter, that's how guys do it. Yeah. I don't hate either which way. Like, if you want to, do it that way, that's on you. I refuse to pay resale unless I'm dead, like, serious about a shoe.
Like, you have to have it.
I have to have it, but I have my connections within the shoe game that I'm like, yo, bro, like, I know you want $300 for the shoe, but hey, man, look, you need me to help you with something, give it to me for $200 or $225. All right, cool. So you got to learn how to network within the shoe game too. Right. There's that. Yeah.
So kind of run us through some of these that you brought today. So obviously you just
got
showed
the
us that
4.
One. So a lot of people.
See if I can do this without dropping that.
Yeah, no, you're good because you have a couple of different ones here. Yeah. Obviously, most of them Jordans, right?
Yeah, well, except for this one.
Except for that
this one here is a Dunk High. Yeah. This one just came out last week.
Yeah, that one's slick. I really like that one.
A lot of people slept on this one because they're like, it's kind of weird. It's got a weird pattern. The colorways and the blocking is different. You got a midsole that's off-white. You got the pattern with the black and red. Look, when I got the shoe in hand, I was like, nah, I love this shoe. Yeah. And every time I wear it, people are like, dude, I love that Dunk. Or some people think it's a Jordan, but it's not.
Yeah.
This is a Dunk. So it looks like a Jordan almost, but they're a little different in the way that they're shaped. So the shape is a little different than what you see. You don't have, they have like a wraparound with that kind of I don't know what you want to call that, like a crease in the back, with the stitching.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than plus, kind of a high strap. This was actually the first basketball shoe that Nike produced.
Okay.
Over, Jordans. Jordans didn't come to fruition until '85. But so this is another highly sought after shoe, especially the Dunk Low, which I didn't bring with me. I do have a few pairs of Dunk Lows as well. And they're just a highly sought after shoe. Yeah. Like, these shoes are cheaper than the Jordans. These shoes retail for like $120 to $130, and they flipped somewhere to about $400.
Oh, wow. Damn. That's crazy.
That's the thing. And the reason why I brought the mid, look, some guys, so it's that pink shoe there. That pink shoe there is a mid. There's a lot of sneakerheads that hate mids.
It's a sick shoe right there, though.
That was sick. Yeah,
that's the only mid I have, and I love wearing that shoe.
So
I get
this
a lot
is
of
mid?
compliments. Yeah. So if you compare it to the UNC to 1 Chicago, that one right there, that's a high. So you get it, the way it comes
okay,
up is
okay.
higher than the other.
Gotcha.
Here's what sneakerheads will tell you when you wear a mid.
That's cool.
Like Jordan never wore mids. He didn't wear mids. Blah, 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 blah. Well, Jordan never wore, some of these shoes, right? He never wore a low, but now that Travis Scott came out with lows, like, oh, I want the shoe, I want lows.
Yeah.
That's all it takes, dude. And I don't have any beef against mids. I always look at them in different ways. The mids, it's kind of like, they come out with some killer like colors that you don't get in a Jordan. Like, like that right there, you'll never see in a Jordan High. Like, why? Because it's just different. Right, the way they
don't get the creases,
material.
Karla. Don't get the creases.
Yeah. Cut out the creases. Edit that part out.
Yeah.
But like the one, like I'm saying, for me, it's a great shoe. You're not going to be able to get colors in the highs like you can in the mids.
Right.
And they're kind of fun. I buy my son mids because he's 10 years old and he's rough on shoes, and paying $180 for him because little dude's in an 8.5. You know what I mean? Bigger shoe than Dino.
These are 9.5. Just
right. He's bigger than Dino too.
And the thing is like, my son's rough on shoes. I'd rather look at it in the way of, hey, I'm gonna save myself $80 and get him a $115 pair versus. The $170, $190 pair of shoes. Yeah. But he's doing better, man. I gave him that. He takes care of his shoes, and he gets a lot of compliments on his shoes, at school. And
I had to take care of my shoes in school because growing up, it was like you get one for the school year, one pair.
Yeah.
And you had the gym and the recess, and I had to be careful.
Me being the youngest out of 4, I got all the hand-me-downs. So it was like. And plus, I didn't really care. I will say, like, for me, I do like a nice pair of shoes. I wouldn't say I'm a sneakerhead, but I do like, to have, I wear a lot of Vans, honestly, because it goes with what I'm wearing and they're comfortable. But I'm not like a huge sneakerhead. I could tell you the difference maybe between.
You got like 90 pairs in that room.
I do have a good amount of shoes. I will say I got a good amount of shoes and a variety of shoes, but I'm not like like I couldn't tell you the difference between if you tell me, oh, that's a University 1, I'm like, oh cool, dope, all right,
nice.
That's a 1, I can tell you it's a 1 or if it's a 10 or like the popular ones, but I can't sit there and say, oh well, that's the
colorway.
That's a special edition, limited edition, 1998. I can't tell you that. Like for instance, I watched an episode of Pawn Stars. It came up on my TikTok, and it was funny because I knew that you were coming on the show, and this happened maybe yesterday. But the guy had the original ones that Jordan wore in the Space Jam movie, the 1990, whatever, what is that, 96 or when he made that movie? And he had the original black ones that he wore. It was like in this sick briefcase.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. And I'm just like, dude, and if I were to see those, I would just be like, oh, cool, another pair of Jordans. But I would have never said, that's the Space Jam, blah. Like you do, because like we'll be walking and Josh could be like, oh, that's a fake, that whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. Or you're like, oh yeah, that's the limited edition, whatever, made in 2000. And I'm like, dude, I don't know that kind of stuff. So here's the $1 million question, I guess. Why do you think, what is it, I don't know, psychologically or what it is, why are people so obsessed with shoes and females obsessed with stilettos? Like what is it? What is the obsession with the accessory of shoes versus, people like nice necklaces or watches or bracelets or T-shirts or pants, but there is just something about shoes that you know what I mean? Like that the guy has to have the what's cool for other guys, right? Yeah. Because a lot of guys don't dress. It's funny because I've noticed this, and I heard someone say this. A lot of guys dress for other guys. They don't really dress for girls.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like they wear Yeezys and they wear Jordans and stuff to impress other guys, but they don't dress like, I'm trying to think of somebody off the top of my head, but like, you see guys that are like dressed up in suits or they're dressed up a really nice, like casual formal or whatever you want to call it. That's more for the ladies, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so the guys dress for the guys, and then girls, I feel like, dress for the girls, right? Like they have some Louis Vuittons or they have some Jimmy Choos or, you know what I mean? It's like, and then girls are like snapping their heads. Like I've seen Karla do it where she's like, oh man, those shoes.
Oh, her stilettos are fake. You can already tell. She didn't even know how to walk in them. Her nails aren't even done. Like, look at that. Like, oh my God. Like, that's girls. All the girls in the crowd are laughing. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly, right? Look at Tiara over there. She's about to spit out her Starbucks right now. But yeah, no, it's true. So I'm always wondering, because for me, once again, I like a good pair of shoes, but I'm more about like how I look overall, how my hair looks, how this looks, whatever. But there's some
Hey, you
people...
look good today, by the way, bro.
Oh, thank
you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying
can
you
say
look
it.
good, bro.
Yeah.
That's a nice shirt you got on too.
Hey, yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Go get your merch right now. It's on TimBroMusic.com. Make sure to go check it out. But yeah, no, honestly, so coming from a sneakerhead, what is it that is just so appealing for guys, for shoes, Jordans, Yeezys, or what Travis Scott's wear, and girls as far as stilettos and all that other, what is it about the shoe accessory?
I think it's a culture thing, man. I think that's the big thing. We live in a world of influencers right now. I mean,
yes.
Back then it was about Michael Jordan. The reason why guys wanted Jordans back in the 90s
that's good.
was because of the guy. Like everyone, remember the commercial? I want to be like Mike.
Yes,
you know
the movie.
Be like, yeah, and there was all that, and I think that's where we saw it start.
Okay,
is where you see a superstar, and you know what's funny, and I kind of take it back. Superstars were selling shoes before Jordan. Like Magic Johnson had his own shoe, Larry Bird.
They were with Converse.
They were with Converse.
Yeah.
And funny thing is Michael Jordan was almost getting ready to sign with Adidas before he signed with Nike.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, his mom's the one that told him, you're signing with Nike. And he was like, all right, Dolores, I'm going to sign with Nike. And he did, and the rest is history, right? And it was like, man, Michael Jordan elevated the shoe. So everybody wanted the shoe. And then everyone followed suit, right? Shaq was one of them. He was with Reebok. And then he went solo because he wanted to make affordable shoes for all these kids. And by the way, that man's made lots of money selling cheap shoes.
Right, yeah.
But I think what it is for me is like the nostalgia. Like, man, like the shoes I have on right now, this is a bread, right? It's what they call a Chicago. This is a bread, right? This is like the 11. So this
you hungry?
You
want some bread?
Man, that's funny story. That was the shoe that I wanted growing up. Middle school, bro.
Yeah.
Check this out. I saw it like on the internet, and I was like, I gotta have that shoe. Right? Got no money, nothing like that. I had to get the one pair for the school year. I want him so bad that I went to my local mall, went into the store and was like, hey, can I y'all have this shoe right here? And he looked at me like this kid's dumb. And I was like,
he's like,
and he's like, you being serious? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, that's the shoe I want. Y'all have them like size 9.5? Yeah, that's size 9, okay? Size 9.
Oh,
and he was like, dude, like, if you're being serious, like, you're crazy. Like, those don't sell in store. I'm like, what? And I'm like, but it's on the internet. He's like, nah. Like, bro, I left them all like,
golly.
all in this car.
frustrated.
Man,
like,
what
man.
the heck, bro?
All in his feelings.
But those right there, bro. Those are the shoes
So,
right there.
Those are the shoes.
That to me is nostalgia. Like knowing Jordan wore this particular shoe, not this exact shoe, but this particular shoe after he came out of retirement. This was the shoe he came out with. So Space Jam, which I have 2 pair of the 11 Space Jams. I got the Concords and the all black ones.
Yeah.
They got 45 on the back. These have 23. That's, I mean,
yeah.
That those small details when you're a sneaker.
Yeah.
It's stupid. And my son's even picking up on it. He's like, hey, Dad, check out that guy. He's got those ones on. Or, hey, Dad, check out this guy. He's got, whatever. Or look at that kid over there. And he's really into it. It's crazy.
He's creasing his shoes, Dad. Look, he's creasing his shoes.
He
don't know how to rock.
He's like, look at Dino creasing his shoes.
He don't know how to rock the heat on his feet.
But yeah, it's for me, it's that. I think now for the younger generation that are coming up, I think it's more of I'm influenced by what I see other people wearing. Because if you look at all the major artists like Nicky Jam, or you see like
J Balvin,
J Balvin, his shoe came out and he wears Nikes all the time, or Travis Scott, or you see LeBron James even wears Jordans. Funny enough, he's got his own line.
Yeah.
And
That's funny.
And I think now it kind of it makes sense what you're saying, because there's a lot of kids right now that haven't seen Jordan play. But they're still wearing the shoe, and they're not wearing LeBrons. Like, I had 1 pair of LeBrons.
I don't know why.
You know what? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try a pair of LeBrons. I really like them, at least the pair that I had, and they were super comfortable. But then I was just like, Like, I don't even know why I really bought these. I actually preferred more the Kobe's that I had. Yep. They were super colorful, and I really liked them. The only reason I don't have them is because randomly my shoe size went up. I went from a 12 to a 13 in my late 20s. Like, just randomly, I went up a shoe size. I'm like, oh, well, this doesn't fit no more. Like, what the heck? But it's crazy because more kids have probably seen Kobe and LeBron play versus Michael, but everybody is wearing the Michael Jordan shoes. I mean,
well, now there are 4 or 5 shoes out there that are real popular. Of course, Jordan, Yeezys, Dunks, and Kobe's are big. Like after Kobe died, I know it sounds R.I.P. After Kobe died, his shoe value went out the roof, dude. And that was nuts because it was like, and not until the guy died that the stuff, and it always happens like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's like, anything that, somebody dies and that stuff, the value goes up. Elvis and Selena and all that stuff. Everyone's like, I'm the biggest Selena fan after she died. And like, probably never been to a concert, never listened to her album, whatever.
Yo, I want a t-shirt of hers that I saw at Walmart and they were literally sold out.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you, bro. We literally went to Walmart. And they're selling like $7-8 shirts and a bunch of really cool designs, like really cool stuff. Band shirts, AC/DC. There was Purple Rain. What's his name? Prince. And then and then they had Selena. Well, Karla had seen it. I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm buying this shirt. I go up to it, all gone.
Did they have Luis Miguel?
No, they did. He's been listening to Luis Miguel, bro. As you can tell, he's doing the saxophone solos and stuff.
And I don't know, I'm playing the sax like this. I don't know what sax is like.
It's a piccolo.
I just got it.
Daddy, chill.
But and hers, all of this stuff was gone. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love me some Selena. But it is true. I feel like when people do pass away, their products go through the roof.
Product goes through the roof, dude. And that's the thing. Is like Kobe's got some cool shoes. I've never owned a pair of Kobe's, but
they're comfortable, man.
Yeah, and
really
my best friend, I'm gonna shout him out. Z, my best friend, he's got some crazy shoes, dude. Like, I wish he could have been here today. But maybe next time we do this, he can come. He's got a pair of the Dior ones. Like, that's a $10,000 pair of shoes.
And that was on that same what's it called?
Pawn Stars?
The Pawn Stars. He had the Dior's, right.
Yeah,
and even the main guy, what's his name?
Rick.
Yeah, he was
Chum Lee's the guy that knows about
right,
the shoe.
But even Rick was like I'll take those off you right now. Like, they just look insane.
The packaging on those were insane. So that was a $2,000 pair of shoes that first had come out. I remember I was on a flight back from Boston trying to get, and I was on my app, dude, like, man, I want these shoes like so bad.
Yeah.
And they just didn't hit. Like, it was very rare for you to get a pair.
That's crazy.
And he got a pair, but he paid resale, and it was a pretty penny. I won't dime him out, but
dime him out. Dime him out.
Come on, the Mo Training Podcast. Come on,
say it. Probably 6 or 7 bands. Yeah,
you could have literally ended poverty in a third world country for those shoes.
You should see this. He's got some trophy room ones. He's got the trophy room ones that he just got. Those things are phenomenal too. So Trophy Room, if you guys don't know about Trophy Room is Marcus Jordan. So that's Michael Jordan's son.
Oh, okay.
Has a store, and he came out with the collab of the Jordan 1.
Oh, cool.
But it was a little different. They had like this icy look to them.
Yeah.
So they were the Chicago colorway, but they looked icy, and they came with some blue laces. They came with the black laces too, but they came with these blue laces and stuff. He's got those as well. So I'm saying, I was hoping he was coming today too, so that way he could.
Dang, that's crazy.
Check those out. And he's got some, and there's just guys that have like crazy shoes. Like Mark Wahlberg came out with his own shoe.
Oh, really?
It's a 4 like this, but it's green, and it's got the Wahlberg on the back. Yeah. That shoe's only worth $350,000.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how much?
$350,000 for a shoe?
Yeah.
That's a house.
Yeah. Oh, it's more than a house, but, I mean,
like,
you could end world hunger.
I know.
Yeah, if you look up the Wahlberg 4, Jordan 4.
So what's the most expensive shoe?
Between that and the Travis Friends and Family 4. It was a purple one like this, but it was purple.
Yeah.
And, midsole was black, whatnot. Yeah, that's another one that's probably up there.
So what's the holy grail? Like, You walk into somebody's house and they say, all right, I'm going to push this button and this sneaker is going to come out. What is that sneaker? That one sneaker that it's like, this is it, not even just expensive, but it's like, this is priceless. What would that shoe be?
That's tough, man. That one's really tough. I think Dino's getting ready to buy a pair. So,
are you looking up Jordans right now?
It looks. I have one in the cart, and I don't have $136,000.
Yeah, that's
right
just
now.
one. Yeah, so the Holy Grail, man.
What is the Holy Grail?
That's tough because look here. I'll tell you this much: the thing about every sneakerhead is different.
Okay.
I mean, everybody about a good 60-70% of sneakerheads would tell you like the Holy Grail would probably still be the Jordan 1 Chicago.
Like the original one that he wore, or just
the 85,
okay.
Because it retroed a few times. Retroing means that it comes back, right? They bring it back. There's But
are we talking like the original ones that he wore, or just the line that came out?
No,
like
the line that came out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got you.
And my best friends got those as well.
So how much do those run for?
You can get those for about $2,000.
Oh,
Just
Now, here's what's crazy. Do you want to know something? The value and the stock value of Jordans went up. Do you know when?
I don't know, when you started winning championships.
No. They were always there.
Okay.
I'm talking about recently.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, recently. In the last 2 or 3 years. Think about what came out that really sparked the interest of Jordans all over again.
Space Jam?
No.
Nah.
Close though. It's in that realm.
I don't know.
The Last Dance.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Yeah, you're right, because they even said that on that Pawn Star thing. They were like, "Yeah, The Last Dance really put it."
A lot of you on the audience, I saw y'all's faces. Like, what is that?
What is that?
I know, man.
It's on
Last
Netflix.
Dance.
Yeah, go look at it.
Only the greatest documentary probably ever put out.
Yeah, by far.
Like, dude, that was one of the documentaries that I could say literally gave me chills watching.
Yeah, it's right up there with Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
Don't let you ever. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tim, get this guy out of here.
Yeah, we need a new coffee maker.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for the keyword. I was waiting for the keyword.
I'm
going to interrupt this real quick.
Here we go.
I see you rocking your coffee over there. It's probably melted.
Sir.
Don't touch it because I got something for you.
Here we go, guys. The exclusive here on Tim's Bros Podcast.
The #1 trending podcast. So I noticed that David Sanchez, I believe.
Shout out to David Sanchez, by the way.
Last podcast, commented down below, "You never seen my coffee." Well, here it is exclusively on the #1 trending podcast.
Oh, look at that.
Dino's coffee. You like that? Josh.
That's like Michael's special stuff right there, man.
I'm going to need you to give me a live reviewing right now.
Absolutely,
bro. Come on. And what's cool about my coffee, it never gets cold.
Oh, wow.
Never gets cold.
Never gets cold.
It's been sitting there for about 45 minutes.
And it never gets cold.
And it never gets. All right.
Give me a live review.
Yeah,
Come on.
Let's see. Here we go.
Like the wine connoisseur.
You got to sniff it a little. Yep. All right.
I tell you, it smells good.
Hey,
yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, swish it around.
Give it, yeah.
Oh.
That's good, buddy.
Yes, right.
Hey,
That's right. It is. That's right. The greatest coffee maker.
There you go.
I'm telling you, now they know.
The only way that you'll know is if you come on the show and you drink his coffee.
There you go. Come on.
That's going to be a bit from now on. Every person that comes on is drinking that coffee right there.
If it spills on the shoes, then
we're going to have a problem. Yeah.
No, but it's funny because The Last Dance came out.
Yeah.
And the shoe, I looked at a pair of Jordan 1s, Chicago Jordan 1s, and I'm like, oh, man, I've been wanting these for a long time. Yeah. At that time, that shoe was about $500 to $600. Yeah. Last Dance came out, and they shot up to $1,200. I'm like, Jesus. Out. I felt like Mark Cuban and Shark Tank. I'm out. Well, then the shoe culture just blew up because of COVID too. COVID really shot up the prices because everyone was staying home. Like, hey, I need something better to do. So guess what? They just started.
And you're getting stimulus checks and
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, the free money, and they're like, oh, just buy.
And then on top of that, after that, it was like, now they went down a little bit, but that Chicago 1, dude, is the grail. It's the holy grail because it's the shoe that Jordan put on. It was the shoe that Jordan last wore in Madison Square Garden his last time. Yeah. And he said, my feet were bleeding. He had some, I think, 13s.
I remember that,
12 or 13s there. And he's like, I was going to change. He's like, nope, I played the whole game. My socks were all soaked in blood. He's like, but I still played them. Because Jordan 1s, bro, If you ever played ball in Jordan 1s,
Oh man.
Yeah,
they're brutal.
No, they are.
They're brutal.
Yeah.
Like I've done it,
Yeah.
before. This was like my
Yeah,
my
I had some
teenage
Jordan
years.
1s too, and they were not. Yeah,
They're not comfortable.
They're not
I mean,
comfortable.
they're really not.
No. They look cool.
Yeah.
They
Just
look
not
great.
comfortable.
To me, the most comfortable Jordan for me is the 4 because they have they're wider. They got a lot more space. But yeah, it's just nuts, dude. Like he says, I was bleeding and he still wore the shoe because he was that attached to that shoe because that's what broke ground for him. So I'm gonna quiz you guys and see what your sneakerhead,
man.
knowledge is at.
Spill the beans. Here we go.
Who gets it right?
Man.
You can
Whoever
pick
gets
the
it right
bean.
gets a free pair. Free pair.
Free pair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll take these right here.
No.
Oh man,
Jesus.
we're about to get exposed on our.
Do you
own
guys?
podcast.
Okay, so this is a silhouette. The silhouette is this part right here, right? The jump man on the front.
Yep.
Do you know the first pair that the silhouette came out on? The Jordan silhouette, the Jumpman. What was the first? Not year, but I'm just saying. Was
the
it the
first
one
shoe.
one through what? They're at I think 38 or 50 something now in Jordan shoes.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
I'm gonna go for
No,
it.
no, you go for it. You said.
Well, both. Can you put the number on one hand? Like, can you? Okay, never mind.
This is being way more difficult than it needs to be.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and then we both say our number. Ready?
Okay.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
4.
Twos.
Wrong and wrong.
Godly.
But you're right in between. It was the
three.
3.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
We knew that. That's why we said that.
That's
We knew
why I
that.
say, yeah.
So the 3s were the first ones that the silhouette came out on. Was the Jumpman logo?
So what was on the
first time.
2s?
It was just. It just said. Oh,
Nike?
hold on. No. See these right here. So it had the. I'm tangled up again. It had the Jumpman Flight.
Oh,
logo on it.
okay.
The Jordan
Flight
2s
logo.
are the ugliest Jordans probably by far in my book, except for some of the like 20s that he was trying to get all aerodynamic and it had like the weird looking.
Those
thing.
I did hate. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah,
what
some
you're
of them
talking
are,
about.
but I'm talking about like the early renditions. The 2s are just atrocious to me. But it had this wing. It had the Jordan wings.
Okay.
It wasn't until he won his first dunk contest in the 3s that that's when they they had the Jumpman logo on it. So yeah.
That's cool.
These are nice.
Yeah, those are bad.
What are these going for?
Those are probably going for about 400 right now, give or take.
Yeah,
Tell Tim to give you a raise. And then
Yeah.
you'll be
He
all right
can't, he
there.
can't give me a raise until he actually pays me.
Well, there
Yeah,
you
right
go.
now I'm paying with cachetadas. That's it.
Yeah, and coffee beans.
And coffee beans.
Yeah.
So,
So
he can make-
that was the thing is like
They come in handy, though.
They come
They
in
come in
handy,
handy,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
he goes
I'm telling
all the way up to the mountains of Colombia to pick those. All right.
Hey,
so,
Josh, real quick, but can you show the camera that there is coffee in there? I bet you people don't believe that.
yeah, there's
I
that.
feel like I'm about to spill this on his.
Can you
like,
get
Yeah,
that?
look at that.
Can you get that?
You see?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to spill this on
It's just the right
Tim's carpet. Carla's already giving me those
It's
eyes.
okay.
Like,
I clean it
spill that
anyways.
on my
Oh, yeah,
floor.
I clean it anyways. It don't matter.
You know, yeah, it's okay, dude. You can go ahead and just like.
But yeah, there's just a thing for collectibles right now because our cousin Jonathan, he does comics. So shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out.
And there's just a collection for everything now. Baseball cards is back.
Yes,
Basketball,
full-fledged
football, all that stuff is back. I mean,
Yeah.
I collected baseball cards.
Pokemon cards, bro.
Ask my son. He's probably got like a
Yes.
million of them. I'm not kidding.
No, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
his collection. It's crazy.
So
but
that
came
runs
back.
in our bloodline, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just collecting stuff. I have like 60 hats. Like
Yeah.
I have all these different MLB hats that
Yep.
I've collected through the years. Shoes, of course.
I collect gear.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. I think. I don't know.
Plugins.
Let me ask you. Do you guys think that that's just something we do as like? Is that an American thing?
Well,
that we
number
collect?
one,
Man, I think
we ask the
so.
questions.
Number one.
Number one.
I'm a brother to the owner of this podcast.
Yeah. So shut your mouth. No. Yeah, I think it has to be definitely. I think it's a human thing, but I think it's specifically for us in America because we have more access.
Yeah.
We are a first world country. You know what I mean? Like that does have a play in it. But I do feel like if you see some of the biggest Star Wars collections, some of the biggest shoe collections, hat collections, baseball, Pokemon cards,
Figures.
all of that
Yeah.
is predominantly here in America because
Yeah.
I do feel like I think social media has a big influence
For sure.
Like for instance, you have what's his name? Logan Paul, who was going out in his fight for Mayweather, and he's wearing $1 million Charizard first edition holographic card. You know, so I feel like that culture is in American culture, but I feel like it is in human DNA that when we get into something and we really like something, we have addictive personalities. I think everybody has some of that.
Does it go back to like the shoe thing? Like I wear these shoes to impress you. Well, I'm gonna get this collectible because it's gonna like outdo
absolutely.
you. You know?
No, absolutely. I feel like we I think that's once again. I think that's human nature of us. Like you know, like we're huge into hunting and shooting guns. And so, sure enough, you know, you buy guns and you mod them out and you bring them to the range, and then you know you're kind of sizing up, and like you're going with the buddy, and you're like, oh, well, what do you have, you know? And they're like, oh, dude, I really like that. Oh, let's do it, you know. And maybe you don't do it in a malicious way, but you do still have that little thing inside of you that you're like, oh, that's cool or that's cool. And once again, when I heard that person say that, this one guy. He's like, yeah, most guys dress for other guys. If you really think about it, like guys don't really dress for girls, even when they're single. They still are impressed, trying to, you know, they're wearing, they're wearing like you know, the Drew House stuff, or you know, they're wearing Yeezys, and girls don't really care for that. They like a guy that's clean cut, that looks good, that wears nice clothes.
Looks like Paul.
Looks like Paul.
Karla over there. Paul, you look so good. Oh my God, you look thinner. Oh my God, Paul. I'm like, chill.
You know, I kind of got a little bit of that of Karla today because she saw the off-whites here, the off-white fashion. She's like, oh my God, they're so nice.
Oh my God,
I love them. Oh my God. And I was like, now my shoe feels like Paul feels.
I know. I was like,
the Paul ones right there. The Paul ones.
Yeah, but going back to it, and I feel like girls, they do it a little bit more for themselves, but they do. Am I wrong about that? You girls that are here? Am I wrong? Yeah or no? Oh, I'm not wrong? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying I was wrong. I was like, Tierra, that's messed up. No, yeah, I think, right? Like most girls, like you wear... You know, you go to a wedding, like the one we just, you don't just like, I'm just going to throw on some heels. No, you go on to impress, you know, like you're going to wear your Jimmy Choos, you're going to wear your Louis Vuittons, right, if you have them, or you're going to go and get a black stiletto and paint it red on the bottom, right? Because it's like, you're like, I just want to keep up, right? So I do think that's American culture. I think it's culture in general in first world countries, but I for sure think it's American culture.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that is something that we do as like just the culture in general. Like, I got friends that collect cars, you know, and old cars, and they just they restore them and they put them out there, you know. But I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think I draw the line at times where I'm like, okay, I may need to slow down a little bit, you know. Ask my wife. I first started, about 3 years ago, you know, collecting shoes, and it first started just like, all right, I'm just gonna buy a pair, and then my best friend was into it, and then it was like, oh, okay, cool, you got, and it's like, yeah, I kind of like those too, man. I haven't seen that. I haven't worn that shoe. I've never worn it. I want to buy that shoe. And then you buy that shoe, and then you see it. Then you just, it's just this thing. Sometimes for some people, it's a snowball effect. And for some
really
people,
is.
It's like, I can buy one pair of Jordans a year and I'm good.
See, and that's how I am, but it's because I'm not like a huge sneakerhead. I do love sneakers, and I appreciate when someone wears a good sneaker. But that's, you know, but there's other things that for sure, it's like I go down a rabbit hole, and Karla's like, oh my God, do not go down that hole because you're going to spend so much money on like plugins and gear or like guns or, you know, or whatever I'm into at that time. She's like, yo, you need to chill, you know what I mean? But it is a snowball effect. You get one and then you get another thing and you get another. And then...
On shoes, what's the most expensive shoe that you bought?
Oh, that I don't know.
I do.
You go first while I think of mine.
I have a pair of, Jesus, I think they're about the same. I think the Louis Vuitton shoes that I have.
I was about to say, you have Louis Vuitton shoes.
I got a pair of Louis. I got a pair of red bottoms. I got some Gucci's. But the Louis were, and that's because I bought them in Mexico, and they're a little cheaper in Mexico than they were here. I got them on my birthday last year.
Yeah.
And
which is about to be a year ago.
About to be a year ago. Tomorrow,
the big day. Tomorrow's his birthday. Yeah.
33?
33.
Just add 10 more years to that.
42, Tim, not 43.
I know.
Jesus.
No, I know, because we're 10 years apart, exactly.
So you know, a pair of Louis Vuittons will run you some money.
Drop the price, bro. Come on.
I think I spent like almost $800.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then I walked out with a pair of Gucci's on top of that. So
that's
a
good birthday right there.
That birthday alone almost probably dropped 2 G's and shoes.
God, you don't know?
Karla bought me some Gucci shoes, and I know they were expensive, but I don't know how much you paid for them. So
Gucci shoes are man. It depends. They're around 7, 6, 7.
What are those
8,
like loafers?
you know?
Right? They're like loafers.
Yeah.
Those are probably my most expensive. I don't know sneaker though. I would probably say it had to been. I think the Kobe's. I think they were like almost $200. You know,
Most expensive sneaker for me would probably be. I got some cement 3s. I spent $400 on.
Yeah. All right, Dino.
Jesus.
You had all that time to think.
No, mine was some
Shacks?
11s. Yeah, the Shacks.
The Shacks.
On sale for $15.
Yeah.
No, I got me some 11s, 7210s.
Nice.
And I got those
Okay.
for $450.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was this recently or?
Nah, this was like
This is when he had a job.
like 2 years ago. Going on like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay,
Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when I actually was getting paid.
Yeah.
When I had a 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I treat him better than his 9 to 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's hilarious. But yeah, no, I mean, once again, I think it is an interesting subject because there are so many people that are into shoes, into once again for the ladies stilettos and into collectibles and all that stuff. So it is
It's
something
funny though because girls are getting into
girls really
sneakers,
are.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
Karla, like I said, she's not much of a she's more of a she always likes to look good and dress up and stuff.
Yeah.
She's not much of a sneaker person.
Yeah.
But when you walked in and she saw those pink ones, and then she saw the off-whites, she was just like her eyes lit up. And
Both
stuff.
our girls were like, you know what? We're gonna get rid of the Jesus shoes and start right there.
The Jesus sandals.
The jandals.
Exactly. No, man, yeah, there's just something that it does. Once again, I don't know what the psyche is when people see nice shoes, but it's like there's something about it that lights up.
What's weird too is we put them on our feet. They're on the
worst part
of your body. Like they touch the ground, and yet we glorify them. So
Do you ever
much.
have that though? Like that weird feeling whenever you put on a brand new shoe of like walking in it and like getting it dirty or creasing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh man, I hate that feeling. Like I'll literally buy. Like I bought some. I was like, man, I just want some regular white Vans, you know, because I just for every day, whatever.
Yeah.
So we bought some, and they stayed. I remember they just like stayed there for a while because I'm like, I'm gonna get you dirty. Like I'm gonna get you dirty. I don't know if I want to.
Is it gonna rain today?
Like and then I put them on, and I'm like tiptoeing everywhere, and then I'm just waiting for like.
He just goes to the kitchen, goes back to his room, and then takes them off.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for like something to spill on it, and then me be like, all right, it's over. You know.
For me, I'm not like that with just common shoes. Like I'll, have some Nikes or whatever, running shoes. I just put them on brand new, and I'm like, oh well, whatever, right? But I'm like that with these, I'm like that with some luxury shoes or whatever.
OCD.
Y'all wear
I'm just
force
like,
fields.
oh my
all my Jordan 1s that I have force fields.
That's a lie.
Except for these.
That's a lie.
These are just my. These are my.
That needs more than a force field. That needs a whole.
Here's the thing, man.
The whole shoe.
I do wear them. I wear inserts sometimes or force fields or whatever.
Yeah.
Because here's why. Here's my thought. Some guys don't like. I wear them. Whatever. They're skating them or they do whatever. Cool for them. But to me, these shoes are so hard to get nowadays, man. Like every ounce of what I put into them, like I try to do everything I can to take care of them because I'm like, it's not like I can just go to Foot Locker and say, yeah, give me a, UNC to Chicago 1 again, and it's like,
Gotcha.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. I mean, I've worn these shoes 6 times and they look brand new. I mean, still. I mean, that's what
they
it tells
do.
you.
They do.
I would. If you would have never
they
told me that,
worn, I would have believed you.
I would have believed you too.
Yeah. Like I have shoes that
I've seen you wear them before,
Yeah.
but that's how I know. But if you would have,
But there's shoes that I wear and I'm like the off-whites I hardly wear. I used to wear them, but those shoes like get dirty so easy, and I'm just so like oh my god.
Are these the original laces to these shoes?
Yeah. They came with 3 different. It came with blue, white, and black and red. So it came with 4. It came with 4.
Dang.
It came with all of them. So these are the Fearless ones that came out. This was like my first one that I bought when I got back into the shoe game. Yeah, I paid resale. I paid $200 for these resale.
That's crazy.
Right now the resale's like $400.
Oh man.
Over $400.
What's out of all these on display? What's the most expensive?
That off-white. That off-white's about resale on that's about $700. And I paid.
Get a couple of plugins and.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that one's bad.
Hey, that one came with
That
3
one's
different
really
laces. It came with the off-white, white lace, a black lace, and a red lace. Yeah. I'm about to throw the black laces on them because I like the way the black laces.
It literally says shoelaces.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are gonna be for
So
Julio.
it's a deconstructed
Those are for
shoe.
Julio.
Yeah.
Julio, those are shoelaces,
Julio,
okay?
those are-
Yeah.
These are
That's
And
a
they're
deconstructed
Jordans.
shoe. So Virgil Oblog, I might have just butchered his name. He's the one that is the top designer for Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And he's the one that designs these shoes like that. So
No
there's
wonder you liked them. There
Yeah.
you go, Karla.
and he's about to drop a Louis Vuitton collab using the one, so they'll have Louis Vuitton.
that's gonna look so
branding
bad.
on
That's
them.
gonna look sick.
Yeah, they're probably going to be like 6 or 7 G's a shoe.
Babe, can you just cut out some Louis Vuitton vinyl? And
Yeah.
ones?
You know what's funny? You say that. There's guys that actually do that.
Yeah.
They'll take old bags and they reconstruct the shoes
Man, you
From
sound like
scratch.
Karla right now. Man. She be doing
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
and they sell the shoe
Yeah.
for a pretty penny. There's the shoe doctor that they call him. He does that. He did that for J Balvin. He made some off-white yellows
Yeah.
like this, and people are like, "Oh, he already got them." Like, no, he had the shoe doctor make them for him.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's what happens when you got money.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Well, tell us a little bit before we get out of here. Tell us a little bit about your company and what you do. Obviously, you're a sponsor of the show now, which is so dope. But tell the audience a little bit about what you do, how you do it. I know we've spent a good amount of time talking about shoes, but maybe there's people that are looking for exclusive shoes or hard to find shoes, or right now, like you're saying, like the market is just crazy. You can't just walk into the store and get one of these pairs.
Right.
What exactly do you do? What's your business model? What just for the people that are watching and listening?
Yeah, no. For me, I offer like the buy sell trade pieces. So I'll buy your shoes from you. I'll trade your shoes for you or trade with you.
No, not those, Dino.
okay.
Not those.
I mean, is there a market? I'd have to look at that too. That's the other thing I look at is the market value, right? The market value too, because you got to look at that. You got to look at, like, somebody says, "Hey man, how much would you give me for those?" Well, I got to look at the market value. I got to look at the resale value. I got to look at what that value I could get out of that shoe, right? Some people get offended. They're like, "Oh yeah, but these are the crimson tint, ones, and brand new. They're $400." I'm like, "Yeah, but they're worn, they're creased."
Yeah,
they're
they're
whatever."
creased up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna give you $400 for those. I'll
All
give
yellow
you,
at the bottom.
Right? They're all jacked up. The laces are all stained. So what we do is, like, we will take whatever it is that you're looking for, right? I just had somebody hit me up about these, literally, like, "Hey man, I'm looking for these." I may not have them in stock, but I work with other guys that I know are reliable sources.
Gotcha.
To find these shoes. So other shoe plugs. My best friend's a shoe plug of mine. We know a lot of guys throughout the DFW area that are honest guys. That have either storefronts, and some of them are online. They just do everything out of the trunk of their car.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of a 50-50 thing. What I try to do is to not make you pay what you see on GOAT. Not make you pay what you see on StockX or some of these other resellers. I try to keep it at a reasonable price. I'm still going to make money, but you're going to get a shoe for less than what you're going to pay resale for, but I'm still going to make money on that shoe. I mean, I may not make a lot of money, but sometimes I always look at it like, hey, if I'm going to help you out, I believe in karma. Like it's going to come back at me somewhere else.
Exactly.
Like I had a hit on a pair of Yeezys, and somebody hit me up, and I made like $300 off that shoe, and then somebody hit me up and said, "Hey man, I really want that shoe, blah 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 blah." I'm like, and I only made $20. But you know what? The way I look at it is, it's give and take in this industry. You got to look at that way. Like, some of the other hard to find pieces, like Supreme is another thing that I do as well. Dunks are another thing that we look at. Supreme's such a hot thing right now, because a lot of the younger kids love that Supreme look. Just something about that red logo that says Supreme that they want to be a part of. So we do that. Like I said, there's a few other things that I want to do. And then, I was talking to Tim too prior to the show, is, doing a giveaway, doing a raffle, and doing some other pieces to allow the culture to say, "Hey, I got a pair of Jordans for $10. Like, how can you do that?" Well, when you raffle off a shoe, right, you open up so many slots at a certain price point, and everybody buys into it, and you say, "Oh crap, I got a pair of Jordans for $10." How can where can anybody say that?
Right.
No, unless they're fake. I mean, you can't say that, man.
And my stuff's authentic, man. I don't deal with the fake stuff. You got to be careful with that. Like, I've been duped on IG before. Like when I first got into it. and people look honest online, and you send them your money, and then you never get a shoe, and then they delete you on IG, and there's like, dang, there goes $250,
That's crazy.
you know, and it's like, you know, what do? You just gotta you report them to IG, and the IG's not gonna do anything about it. At the end of the day,
you hunt them down is what you do.
You try to hunt them down.
I got a specific set of skills.
But that's the thing, though. So you always work with somebody you trust. I like working with local people that I can meet up with, and I can see the shoe, I can see the product, because I'm a feel, touch kind of guy. Like I want to feel, touch, and funny enough, I smell the shoe right, and I want to be able to know that shoe is what it is.
Right.
You know, the construction of the shoe is what it is. What you posted online, a lot of people will steal pictures online of other people's shoes. And they say, "Oh, look, I got this shoe," and they're like, "Oh, wow, you got it? Hey, send me the money." And reality is that that's my picture that you took. Jeez. You opened up your IG, and you're never gonna get that shoe. God, but for me, like, you know what I want to do? You can call me, hit me up on video, and I'm like, "Look, bro, this is the shoe. I'm holding it right here."
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, put a spoon next to that shoe right there real quick. Let me know.
But that's what I'm saying, though, is that you that's the difference that I bring.
Yeah.
Is that there's the honesty, the integrity, but also is giving people what they're here for. Yeah, you know, and you can hit me up, man. Forma Kicks on IG, DM, shoot me a DM, you know, and then we'll talk through you know, how to get that done. I'm not giving away shoes at retail. Don't hit me up saying, "Oh, you got a plug, so that means you can get it to me for what?" No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. Well, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for being here, for sponsoring the show, for bringing out slick looking Jordans, and just putting us up on game. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So,
I feel like we're about to go sneaker shopping.
That's what he's been doing the entire episode, man. What you mean?
It has been.
No, but no. Thank you guys so much for watching, tuning in, for subscribing, liking. Make sure once again you get down in that comment section and make sure to let us know just how much you're loving the show. Right?
Yeah.
I was talking to your mom, by the way, on the comment section. Yeah, I was.
Whoa. Your mom's in me DMs.
Your mom's in me DMs. Yeah. I need that soundbite right there.
Right.
Your girl's in my DMs. Yeah. Oh, my boy Connor, man.
Man.
But you guys get down in there, and once again, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram. You can find us at Tim's Bros Podcast. You can find me at Tim Bro Music, and you can find Dino at
_Dino Music.
Yes, so make sure that you guys are following, liking, subscribing, staying tuned. Once again, merch is out. You can go to timbromusic.com, scroll down, and you will see a section there where you can find whatever you're looking for. And once again, thank you guys so much for supporting, for being there. We cannot do this without you guys. So once again, go get the merch. Go get the merch. Oh, I was trying to get my...
Yeah.
Couldn't press the button.
You're trying to give a live clap.
Yeah, I was trying, man. It just wasn't happening. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next one.